Miss Richardson, thank you for your call. Let's go to Victoria in California on XM 126. You're keeping it real with Al Sharpton.
Good morning, Reverend Al. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. First of all, I want to thank you. In April was my first time coming to the National Action Network convention. And there were so many things that were so enlightening to me. And I bought Cornell Belcher's book. I've been reading it. And I tell you, I believe in that theory. When people talk about this conspiracy theory, he breaks it down.
Yeah,
I mean, he just goes all the way back to slavery. He goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War when he breaks it down. And I also want to even add in, when they used to have that series on BET, American Gangster, and it would talk about all these drug dealers in our community and how it just hit this country simultaneously. Every major city that had a population of 50% more black, we were doing well. In the 70s, we were on the rise. And all of a sudden, when the 80s came, it was like somebody just took a sledgehammer and boom.
And that was intentional. That was a design.
Yes.
And that's why I was so glad Cornell raised what he did, Cornell Belcher, at our convention and all of the sessions. And because we need to understand that none of these things just fall into being by coincidence. And the results will tell you what the goals were. And we've got to be smarter and sharper.
Yes.
No, I'm very glad you came and you keep participating and you keep linked in with us. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. Victoria from California came to the National Action Network convention. Let's go to Kerry in Virginia on XM 126. Kerry?
Good afternoon, Reverend Al. It is a privilege to speak with you today.
Thank you.
Reverend Al, I wanted, being that Memorial Day is approaching, I wanted to let you know that my father-in-law, John Oates, he passed away suddenly on Mother's Day. He was a U.S. Marine. He had a Purple Heart. He was 68, and he was a major impact in the life of my children and my husband and myself and the rest of his children and extended family. And he died. We buried him on May 18th. What I would like to explain to your viewers and listeners is, in Trump's America, we had a complaint filed against us in the neighborhood that we live in, which is middle class. It is diverse, but it's predominantly white. And I let my neighbors know that my father-in-law passed away and that we would be receiving some visitors and family coming into town, and to please, spare us some convenience and some concern because we're going to have a lot of cars and traffic, and we live in a cul-de-sac. In Trump's America, not only do we have to worry about policy, we have to worry about our lifestyle. There was a complaint lodged against us on the funeral day, saying that we had too many occupants living in this particular house that I live in. Now, Reverend Al, let me please explain that I rent this house. I pay $2,400 a month to rent. I take care of my parents. They're 80 and 81. Me and my husband live there. My daughter is in first grade. My son is in third grade. We have 6 vehicles between us. That has not changed since July of 2016. The only thing that changed with the number of cars and people in my neighborhood or in my home is when we had the funeral. And Reverend Al, you know how black people, how we grieve and how we mourn. We want our family with us.
Right.
And because I knew that, I let my other neighbors who are white and black, and I love them dearly, I let them know, please, we are going to be having some company. It is going to be unusual. And they completely understood. But there are neighbors that I don't know, apparently. And there's neighbors that are offended by black people gathering, celebrating, mourning, and having sadness. I placed funeral arrangements, flowers right by my mailbox. I had 3 arrangements in the shrubs. And Reverend Al, let me explain to you how deeply it hurt to have a phone call and a visit to my house saying that you have too many people in your house. And when I called to confirm when that complaint came in, it came in on the day of my father-in-law's funeral.
Wow.
And I just want to express to you that living under this administration with his voters, and I live in Trump country, how it affects us. And trust and believe, I'm not going to be intimidated nor harassed.
That's right.
But I want your folks to understand that we have to be vigilant, as you say.
On all things. In all things.
In all things. If my father-in-law
Well,
was
Carrie,
still
you
living,
stay strong. I'm going to take my break, but you stay strong. And God bless you for standing up and defending your rights and your family. But all of us going to have to be vigilant. You're right, Carrie. Let's take a break. Keeping it real. We have another hour. You can exhale. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. 1-877-532-5797. We'll be right back.
Keeps it real. Sharpton.